Time for the third race of the season at Canadian Motorsports Park in Ontario, Canada. Yeah, that's right, we're going road course racing this week. The front row, as pictured right here, is that of Scott Dixon and Larry Lusk. Following behind that is Greg Forian and Austin Cindric. Last week's winner, Jimmie Johnson, in 5th. Colton Herta in 6th. Kellen Relic, 7th. Will Power, 8th. And rounding out the top 10 is that of Monty Shangle and Rick Quick. On road courses in the Sylvania Cup Series, it usually comes down to qualifying. A lot of your winners will come from the top 10 mostly. Therefore, anyone else outside of that usually wins the race only if there's a pit strategy or gas mileage that favors them. So as I mentioned earlier, the top 10 that I listed at the start, those will be the ones you want to look out for, because they're likely will be the winner from that group. Jimmie Johnson's teammate Scott Dixon looks to be strong out of the gates, leading from the pole. Jimmie Johnson is running 4th to start the race. Pretty good run for Ganassi to start out. The one of Austin Cindric is running 5th, and his teammate Will Power running 7th, just there behind him. One of the bigger surprises this week is that of Kellen Relic. He started the first 2 races qualifying dead last, and actually qualified up towards the front, and is running a decent run to start the race. Current points leader Aaron Rapp is mired mid-pack in 21st. This is good news for Will Power, who's 2nd in the points and also running top 10 at the moment. The 2010 champion Dalton Scott is still struggling to find traction out there, running 26th in this race, still trying to get the kinks worked out after missing a year last year. We do have a mechanical failure on lap 28. The 29 car, Brad Kozlowski, has some troubles. Sometimes video games aren't perfect because you'll have accidents like this happen. I'm constantly trying to fix which tracks have these problems, and this might be one of the tracks later down the line that I have to find a replacement for. As you can see, Jim Frost and Dalton Scott, the 99 Excite and the 52 Subway car, the 79 Monster Energy car of Jordan Roman were all involved and most likely out of the race at this point. That whole fiasco happened during green flag pit stops. After the green flag pit stops and everything shuffled out, lap 37, the leader was still Scott Dixon, but now Jimmie Johnson was running 2nd. Greg Forian in 3rd. Austin Cindric in 4th, and the number 12 of Will Power in 5th. On lap 49, we do get a caution. The 67 of Elizabeth Shangle ends up wrecking the 59 of Howard Schuler. Also out of the race from that previous caution, Aaron Rapp damages his car far enough that he has to retire. On the restart at lap 50 of laps 125, Scott Dixon still leads. Greg Forian 2nd, Jimmie Johnson in 3rd. It seems like caution fever is hit because now we get another wreck at lap 55. The 3 of Joseph Newgarden gets spun into the tire barrier. Also involved is that 91 of Larry Lusk. So we get to rack them all up again. Scott Dixon continues his dominance on the race. However, during a green flag pit stop that puts him back in 8th, we have yet another caution. All the wrecks seem to happen at the same spot on the track. Lap 89, Alan Taylor gets spun into the tire barriers as well, ending his day. Due to Scott Dixon pitting again under caution, the new leader is that of Alexander Rossi. Second is Rocky Lang. Third is Casey Kane. Fourth is Jacob Shangle. And fifth is Ian Hawkins before this next restart. And yet another caution happens at the same spot on the track. The 4 of Lando Norris and the 80 of Clyde Coker. But this just brings out yet another caution, mixing up the already mixed bag of strategies on the field. During this caution, the surprise leaders are the ones that pit, and the previous ones that had pitted, that of Scott Dixon and the crew, wind up taking the lead back. So from this restart, Scott Dixon leads over Rick Quick, Ken Roxon, Colton Herta, and Pato O'Ward. Now here's something different. They actually wreck on the front stretch this time. Alexander Rossi, Ian Hawkins, and Bob Leader are involved in the wreck. So they wind up without any more cautions after that last one. And Scott Dixon cruises to a dominating victory over the rest of the field. He couldn't be outdone last week by his teammate Jimmie Johnson winning, so he had to go out and win this week. The rest of the field is as follows. Rick Quick finishing second, Colton Herta finishing third, the 94 of Ken Roxon finishing fourth, Pato O'Ward finishing fifth, Austin Cindric pulling out 6th place, and his teammate in the 12 Penske car, 7th of Will Power. Jimmie Johnson winds up 8th, Greg Forian 9th, and Levi Litowitz in 10th. Amazingly enough, Scott Dixon actually runs out of gas on his way back to pit road, so he had just enough gas to win this race. So as mentioned at the start of the race, yes, the road courses can be hit or miss. A lot of it comes down to the qualifying, and as we saw with this race, Scott Dixon ended up winning from the pole. It is a really pretty track, and I have a hard time getting rid of it, even though we had the trouble with pit road like that. Our next week's race will be at another super speedway track. The fictional racetrack of Ricky Raceway, also based out of Canada. It's not a real track, it's a track that someone made in the game exclusively to NASCAR Racing 2003, and they just decided to make it home is in Canada. So let's see, we'll see what that race has to hold. And many thanks for watching. This is Jakester out.